Oh, and we're restarting qualifying immediately. Okay. Well, folks, welcome to the, or not the lobby. We're experiencing a couple technical difficulties, but we'll have lobby up momentarily. Round 11 of the Scorpio Super Formula Series. Goodness gracious me. I'm Scorpio Blade, once again joined by the lovely Felix. Go ahead and say hello.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to be here again today. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's gonna be a total mayhem, I believe, so yeah. But please take it away, Blade.
Absolutely. Total mayhem indeed. Shortest circuit on the calendar, the Goodwood Festival circuit this. 79 laps ahead of us. Longest lap count for these drivers to go ahead and tackle. Meaning 79 opportunities for them to go and clatter themselves into the final chicane wall, which is right next. You'll see it when we get onto the circuit when the lobby goes up. But my goodness me, is it a wall and a half? Immovable as you would expect for this video game. But yeah, very tight, very narrow. You will not be going side by side through there. This will very likely be a matter of survival for who wins this race. So complete wild card. Realistically, just about anyone could win this coming into today's race. We've got a few additional names once again. A few more substitute drivers have joined us. I believe this is Alex, RR Alex's first start on the series. Whiplash, also first start for him. Nico Arigata, great to see him back after missing out last time. And then, of course, you have your usual faces, PMA, Ryan, AMS Super S2K, Gramenos, Quackadelli, Supa, Ivan, of course. And then, of course, you have Larson, Adaptive Inc., who was here one week ago, just absolutely blitzed the field. 45-second lead by the end of the race at Brands Hatch last time out. Should be exciting. But, of course, before that, 10 minutes of qualifying ahead of us on what I believe is a sub 1 minute lap time.
Yeah, it will be around 53 seconds in the qualifying, and in the race around 55 maybe. We'll see. We just had a couple of drivers already bin it in the chicane, like Gramenos. But yeah, this is just a warm up, so no harm done there. Definitely it's going to be interesting, and it will be very difficult to stay within the range so you can attack. It will be more likely to push somebody for a mistake and then just using that opportunity when they do make a mistake for an overtake, because otherwise it's going to be pretty much impossible to overtake here on this circuit. Yeah,
absolutely. Very narrow, very flat track this, obviously, out in the countryside here of the United Kingdom. And you're going to see here in just a few moments as these drivers make their way through Woodcut, just how narrow this final chicane is. We're going to stay on board right here. A one line, basically a donkey track through there. It is going to be absolute mayhem for these drivers to try to get through there cleanly and, of course, quickly, to not lose any time. Qualifying now officially underway as these drivers will begin their qualifying laps. Of course, no overtake button to be used in the qualifying session, so it is all down to the driver and their machines to get up on the board. Ryan with a little bit of a slide coming through. That is St. Mary's Corner, making his way now through Levant and out onto the Levant Straight. And down, well, not really a straight, frankly, but down into Woodcut now. As they look to complete their first lap, Peme will be the first one on the board here as he makes his way a little bit wide coming out of Woodcut through the chicane, carrying so much speed through there. And across the line, it will be a 155 that he set, but Ryan jumps up to the front at a 54.4. Great start for him. Whiplash was second at a 54.9. Alex jumped up to third at a 54.6. Then it was Adaptive at 54.5, and Nico has taken pole position, or net pole position, excuse me, at a 54.0. So immediately, a lot of these drivers throwing caution to the wind. Where you're going to see a lot of lap time, or a lot of these lap times really start to drop now, as they all begin to push.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how will the drivers adapt to the dirty air, because they need a lot of downforce in these fast corners. We saw earlier today, AMS drivers practicing, as well we saw FH drivers practicing as well. So I'm quite sure that they put their laps in. Plenty of practice, so they will be good in driving behind somebody. But these drivers, which we didn't see today practicing, it's going to be interesting for them to see how they will adapt. For now, Nico, 54.0.
Still holding net pole position, but still a long way to go here. Still 6.5 minutes left in qualifying. That was one car off. Gonna look through, trying to see who that was. They've reset back to the pit lane, I believe.
Rybert.
That was it Rybert? I thought it looked like perhaps Gramenos, or was it? No, not Gramenos. Just went off. It was Paymay that went off. That's who it was. I saw go spin it off at Fordwater. It looked like. Nico into the pits to reset. Adaptive goes fastest. There he is. 53.9 new fastest lap, but only by 0.03 of a second. Alex in here, looking very strong pace for his first start. So great to see that out of him.
Yeah, on a circuit like this, it will be very thin margins.
Oh, big step of oversteer for Alex, though, coming out of Levant. It's going to be a very, very challenging circuit for these drivers. Of course, up front for now in qualifying, but come the race, it's going to be all about survival, especially through this corner here. That final chicane is going to be so treacherous for these drivers, and the pit lane as well, because it looked like he just clobbered the entry wall there as he came in for a pit stop. Nico still in the pit lane for the time being. It is very tight between our top four. Look at this. All within about a tenth or two. About a tenth and a half is all that separates our top four. And then Ryan and Supa once again going at it again for the top 5 positions, as we are officially now past halfway through qualifying. Supa with a purple sector as he makes his way now through the halfway point of the lap. Makes his way through this long, winding Levant corner. A very tricky, again, all these corners are flat in terms of elevation change and camber. But
Chung improving, AMS Super S2K as well.
Yep, that is right. Both the AMS drivers up front now. What can Supa do as he comes through the chicane? He did not get close to those walls at all. He was being very safe. Crosses the line, doesn't improve. But it is Ryan now leading the way, a 53.8. Great lap from him. Still incredibly close. 0.04 of a second separating Super S2K both out front and behind. And of course the FH drivers looking to give the AMS boys a run for their money here.
Nico, a 10th purple.
We'll watch him as he rounds Levant corner down the long straightaway here. This might end up being one of the better overtaking opportunities if a driver can get a good exit, get up alongside, and attempt to pass into Woodcut. There's just not a lot of braking here. A very high-speed circuit.
Oof.
Oh, and he clobbers the wall, damages the suspension. Both he and Supa have to return to the garage area. I say garage area, it's basically a parking lot. Such are the lack of facilities, I will say, for high-end racing like this. Of course, this circuit typically doesn't see anything faster than, I don't know, minis?
Yeah, historic racing only.
Historic racing only. That's the only time this circuit really ever sees genuine racing action.
Miatas.
These cars are about 1,000 times faster than they should be going around here safely than anything that this circuit would host IRL.
May bottling it in the chicane. He was almost 3/10 up on his time. So definitely a lot of potential. There's 10 drivers within 8/10 of a second.
That's crazy. Such close
Larson
margins, which of course you would expect here.
53.7.
And Alex goes ahead and tops him. 53.4. Huge lap from Alex there.
I saw Adaptive or Larson earlier today doing 53.4. I am expecting that he can produce. We see here Whiplash giving him slipstream, so this is definitely a team play here.
Coming down the back straightaway. Does he jump out of the way for his teammate? No, he's going to continue through the lap. Gotta be careful
braked,
as
actually.
Super S2K is going to potentially be in the way. They're using a lot of the grass on the exit of the chicane, though. Crosses the line, improves. Doesn't improve position, though. Still P5, but right up, basically matching lap time with Super S2K. Only 100th of a second. Nico now jumps up to second. Great lap from him, a 53.6. Just over a minute remaining. So if you're back in the pit lane now, you have just enough time to get back out. We had someone go for a spin. That was Gramenos at the chicane. He might have just enough time to get back around and start one final lap. Alex, I think, is down on this lap, so he's going to have to reset and go for one more. We'll see as Nico comes through, crosses the sector split. Only 100th down, so he could still find improvement here. How much is he going to push it through the final chicane? Larson goes faster. No, Nico's going to go wide and he'll go for a spin.
Larson
keeps it out of the wall, though.
53.3.
53.3. Alex with a 53.3 as well. He did improve. Looks like he lost it coming out of Woodcut, though. And that will do it for his qualifying. Larson is still on a lap, as time will expire in 3, 2, 1. This will do it for qualifying. It is now the lap you are on, and that is it. One car out off track at Woodcut. Larson only a couple hundredths down, but he's in the dirty air of the guys ahead, and he's off and he's wide and into the tire wall, and that will do it for him. Larson won't improve. Can Nico find any lap time? No, he's 3 seconds down. Ryan is done. Can Super S2K find anything and continue his run of pole positions? Through the final chicane. No, he's wide and he'll go for a spin as well, and that should do it, I think, for everyone on the field. Oh boy. A lot of people not happy with Ryan. Apparently, looks like he might have been sat a bit in the way at the end of that session. Cost a lot of drivers potential on their lap times. I'm sure the stewards will have a look at that a little later on. But that is qualifying. Alex, and I'm pretty sure this is his first start. I could be horribly mistaken. But Alex, with pole position 53.3, an incredible lap. Larson right on his heels at a 53.39. Nico, after missing the last round, qualifies third at a 53.6. Great lap. Ryan actually outqualified Super S2K, I think, for the first time this season. 53.8 to a 53.9. So great job from Ryan. No, excuse me. He outqualified him at Nürburgring. I forget, or at the GP circuit. So my apologies. Whiplash qualifies 6th. It is his first start. 53.924, only 100th off of Super S2K. Top 6 are all incredibly close together. That should be an incredible battle. Ivan qualifies 7th yet again at a 54.0. Gramenos P8 54.1. Supa P9 54.2. Payme rounds out the top 10 at a 54.4. And then it is Rybird and Quackadilly rounding out our field at a 54.8 and a 55.1 respectively. So, 3 minutes until the start of round 11 here. Once again, of course, soft to medium tire required to be used, but of course all dry compounds available to them. We're not expecting there to be any weather on the radar, but certainly don't count out anything just yet, unless of course this is one of those tracks that doesn't have a wet weather option.
Don't ask me. I
Yeah.
have no clue.
I'm sure, I believe a couple of folks in the chat will be able to inform us. But either way, should be a very exciting event. Of course, to reiterate the damage rules, because of course, you know, we're expecting quite a bit of mayhem today, especially with that final sequence of corners from Woodcut through the chicane, especially. Any damage these drivers pick up on the first lap, they can pit and repair damage as normal. However, from lap 2 onwards, any component that is damaged apart from the front wing will require a 30-second will require 30 seconds each for the driver to wait and for repairs and fix. And of course, on a track as small as this, you know, you rip off both your front suspension corners. That's a full lap that you've now lost. So it is going to be a game of survival for all of these drivers for today's race. I believe it's actually a fairly short pit lane here, so curious to see if perhaps pitting a little more often might be more beneficial for these drivers. Then, of course, they will absolutely be wanting to hold on to as much track position as possible, because this will be a very difficult place to overtake. Best overtaking opportunity, at least under the brakes, would probably be going into Levant Corner, but of course you've got to be very close coming out of St. Mary's, which is the circuit, which is the corner you see the red dot on the screen going through at the moment. That is right. It is going to be a question of last man standing as Lobby goes up for the start. Basically 80 laps ahead of us to see who can survive and potentially bring home a win. It's Alex on pole, Larson starting second, Nico third, as the lights come on and we get ready to get underway here in the south of England. It is lights out and away we go. Alex gets a not as great as of a start. Larson immediately up into the lead. He's going to clear Alex for that first spot. A great start for Ryan. Super S2K has gone very wide. He's got to be careful on that rejoin, and does. One car around in the back, that is Quackadilly and Gramenos have both spun. Alex looking around the outside of Larson, trying to make something happen through into St. Mary's. Larson, I think, just went off. Where did he go? He is way off, and he's been reset. Larson, having started second place, has been reset back to the track and has lost all that track position. Back up front, it is still Alex. Ryan with an incredible start, battling for second with Nico. They're looking 3 wide potentially into Woodcut. They're going to have to hold it side by side. Oh, you can't go side by side into this corner, though. They will back out of it. Alex into the wall. Damage already. He's going to have to get into the pit lane, and does. Fortunately, he's going to lose not as much time here, fortunately, just to repair the damage because it's lap 1. But a horrible start for our front row sitters. Nico immediately on the attack, looking to get around Ryan anywhere he can here. Trying to stay close through St. Mary's. Does he have any shot into Levant? No. He'll have to sit in behind and wait for the straightaway here. Potentially get a little bit of... He's lost so much ground already. 6/10 he lost fast. Just through a couple corners. Payme, yes, that's right. Payme with a great start. Ivan as well, up from 7th. Great start for the Scorpio eSports driver.
Yeah, Ivan had actually a terrible start. So Graminos overtook him. Then it was a little bit of rubbing wheel to wheel with some drivers. And then 4 or 5 drivers went off in first corner. And Ivan actually used that and got promoted into
battle
P3.
for the lead. Sorry, Nico Arigata had a good run out of turn 1. He's going to be side by side with Ryan. Can they hold on to it through St. Mary's? Nico looking all over the place, dropping wheels in the grass. These two have been known to battle tooth and nail here in this series. Incredible battling once again. Nico a little bit closer, coming out onto the straightaway this time through. Of course, Ivan still holding on to second. Payme third. Rybird, great opening sequence, a couple of laps into 5th, as it looks like Payme looking around the outside of Ivan. Can he hold on to it? No.
Alex with a mistake. He crashed there, and actually Super S2K overtook him for P8 and 9.
Good save for Alex. Looks like he's had a little bit of a question mark for one of the drivers. Might have gotten pushed off by someone. As the two FH drivers battle it out now. A horrible camera angle, that.
Whiplash actually let Adaptive Inc. go, or Larson. Larson seems to be a much faster driver. Rybird in front of him shouldn't be much of a task to overtake him and get P5, and then it's an open hunt for the guys at the front. He's only 7 seconds behind, sorry. No, 6 seconds behind the leader, so definitely a race that he can save.
Absolutely, not too far back just yet, and great teamwork by Whiplash to let him through. It is still Nico and Ryan battling it out up front. Someone go for a spin? No. Larson, no damage fortunately, but he definitely ran it wide. Looking further back, Super S2K, horrible opening couple of laps for him, is now down to 8th. Alex running 9th, of course. You saw after he clobbered the final chicane wall on the opening lap. Quackadilly and Graminos both went for a spin. Supa, I'm not entirely sure what happened to him. But oh my goodness me, it has been hectic.
Yeah, he went wide into turn 1 with another couple of other drivers. Payme actually on the softs as the same as Supa. So Payme, that's the reason he's so fast behind Ivan, trying to overtake him. But this race actually reminds me of what we usually do on Assetto Corsa Competizione. Like, the goal there is not actually to win, the goal is to survive, because every touch you're immediately in the wall, every touch your car is damaged and so on. So a very similar situation here with this track and the chicane and the walls, so it'll be interesting to follow this. Only 6 laps in, so definitely plenty of work for the drivers.
Absolutely, but those laps are gonna fly by here, as Nico already looking all over the back of Ryan here. Both drivers running the medium compound tire. Ryan's actually used a little bit of overtake in defense, it looks like. Nico running a little bit wide in the dirty air. Got to be careful coming through the chicane. Don't get any damage. No, he's going to play it nice and safe with that second apex wall. Going to lose a little bit of time to Ryan, but we've seen he carries so much momentum through turn 1 here, especially on the last couple of laps. It might also have been Ryan potentially making a couple of mistakes, but able to get through there cleanly this time. Top 4, all still in one camera shot, so that's great to see. Larson starting to pick up the pace. Supa actually with the fastest lap of the race at the moment, 54.7. But of course he's running the soft compound tires, so that's to be expected. Payme's actually used quite a lot of overtake already. Way too early to have already gone through a quarter of it, as he continues to hunt after Ivan ahead. All these drivers working to be as careful as possible. Ivan a little bit wide through the final chicane. That's going to allow Payme to get a bit closer. Nico's got another run on Ryan here. First time now using a little bit of the overtake. Yeah,
Nico's
looks to the outside. Can he make the move happen? They're going to be side by side into St. Mary's again. And he's going to do it around the outside. What a move by Nico Arigata. Up into first place, looking to hold on to it. Of course, these two, only 2 points separating them in the championship, even with the drop rounds. So Nico has got some work to do if he wants to hold on to the second place in the standings.
This is his chance, definitely. He used overtake through the outside, got a bit better exit there from turn 1.
Very wide out of the chicane, though.
Yeah,
he's going to lose a little bit of time to Ryan here. Fortunately, not too much. And don't look now, Larson is catching.
Larson is catching a second a lap.
You could just see him when we were focusing in on Nico here. Down that front straightaway, you saw Larson exiting the final chicane. He is very quickly starting to nose into camera shot here. Don't count him out just yet, especially with pitch strategy still completely up in the air for all these drivers. How's Payme looking on those softs, by the way? First driver on the soft compound tire on track at the moment. Probably about a third of the way through that tire already on lap 9, so expect it to go, I don't know, 18, 20 laps?
Maybe a bit more. Maybe 25.
Yeah, you're right.
Definitely needs. Yeah.
I'm multiplying by 2 there.
Yeah.
Quick math is not my forte, people. I apologize about that.
Usually, I mean, softs usually go for about 20 minutes or so.
Payme's going to look to the outside of Ivan here. Can he make the move happen? A little bit of contact potentially made? No, they're going to hold on to it. But Payme will have to settle back in line and think about a move elsewhere. Still seems to have the grip advantage over Ivan for the moment, as they charge that back down into Woodcut. What's normally a great overtaking opportunity in most cars, but of course those are much lower power, lower grip machines, so much more of a braking zone. This, it's just down a couple gears and coast it through. Payme all over the gearbox, though, through turn 1. He's going to have a great run if he can hold the momentum. Uses the overtake. Larson's lurking in the distance. Where does Payme think about a move? Ivan defending to the inside. Payme going to try it around the outside again. Tires in the grass, holds on to it. But here comes Larson now, under 3/10. Three-way battle for third already. Ivan leading Payme from Larson.
Larson already losing behind the two of them.
Absolutely, this is definitely holding him up, but he's still got a long way to go. Payme a little bit wide. Larson's, I've just noticed, Larson's used quite a lot of overtake.
Yeah, he'll go for it in this on this straight.
He's got to go for it now. He's going to put himself right in the same position that we saw 2 weeks ago back at the Styrian Grand Prix, where he caught up to Super S2K but didn't have any overtake to continue the battle.
Yeah.
Up to 4th now, but he's going to have a much harder time getting around the top 2 drivers when he eventually gets to them, assuming, of course, he doesn't clobber it into the wall. Fortunately, it doesn't look like we've had too many more incidents since the opening couple laps in regards to this wall. Ooh, Ivan got very close to it, though, coming through there that time. Larson with another huge run here. Able to carry so much speed and so quickly back to the overtake as well. And did he fake him out to the inside? That camera angle through coming out of turn one is so bad. It's weaving all over the place, trying to find a gap. Just there isn't one. Just such a narrow circuit, unable to make the move happen. And now he's burned even more overtake in the process, trying to get around him. We've seen some absolutely insane pace out of Larson. But if there's one thing that his driving seems to lack, it's just his inherent use to just abuse the overtake far too early, which seems to cost him in the long run.
Yeah, he obviously wants track position and clean air. We see as well Alex overtaking Super Stockade. He's now very close to Rybird for P7. Alex who qualified P1.
Adaptive looking for a gap. There just, again, there isn't one available to him.
Yeah,
the former F2 driver providing an incredible defensive masterclass here as Ivan continues to hold on to that podium position. I don't think Ivan's been able to find a top 5 finish today, but he is certainly shaping up to have a great opportunity to get one here today if he can hold on. And I've also just noticed, I apologize to the folks at home, Nico has cleared Ryan for first. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm already forgetting what happened like 10 laps ago. Either way, Nico still holds a 2-second lead over Ryan. Closest battle on track for the moment, I believe, is still Ivan versus Larson. And nope, excuse me, Alex has just gotten around Rybird. And Super S2K is also right there. All very close between them.
Super S2K's car very twitchy on the exit there.
Oh, a little bit of contact potentially. Larson with a big step oversteer on exit. He's able to catch it though. Paymay's going to look to get back up the inside and does. Larson out of overtake to use and is now back down to 5th, having, he entered the final chicane right on the gearbox of Ivan. Probably carried a little too much momentum. Ran it wide, nearly spun the car, was very lucky to hold on to it. And very lucky to get it back around Paymay so quickly. Is this a lap? Yes, that is Gramanos letting the leaders through. So good to see that out of him. Great blue flag etiquette.
Yeah. As well, Paymay figured out this is not his fight to fight. So he let Larson through. And just settled in behind. He's on very worn softs at the moment, so he's just trying to survive. We see that Larson is about a second a lap at least faster, and Paymay pits.
Paymay into the pits, first car to do so. I said 18 laps.
Yeah, this was a quick. I mean, we could see him like 3 times on softs. Yeah, he's on softs again, and then using 1 set of medium.
Could be the strategy called today.
17, 17, 17, 51, 16, then 48, and then 30 laps on mediums. Doable.
But is it the optimal strategy, or is it better to just go 2 sets of mediums and then 1 set of softs, potentially?
Yeah, it depends how you feel. So the guys that are more confident, definitely they will go on mediums. That can, be fast on mediums. I tried to race them today a bit. I was super slow without the setup and everything, but like on mediums I couldn't drive it, so
Larson's got a huge run on Ivan here. Ivan using the overtake to defend. Larson looks to the outside, fakes in, looks back out again, wheels in the grass, gonna try to hold it around the outside. Can he do it? Not quite, just not enough of a, just too tight of radius going through St. Mary's to think about a move. He got there. He was the closest he's been all day to getting around Ivan, just unable to make the move happen.
Kudos to Ivan to holding it through the outside there.
Absolutely. Great battling between these two here. Now he closes back up through Woodcut again. Can he think about a move here? No. He's got to set up a run. No, Larson's into the pits. Very early to pit off the medium.
Yeah, he decided to go on a different strategy because he's losing too much time behind Ivan.
Pits to overtake. Can he stay ahead of Rybird here out of the pits? No. How about Paymay? Of course, Paymay on the outlap here. Looking to the outside. Gonna get it. The undercut works for Paymay. Gets up into the 8th place position. But now they've both got to get around Rybird here very quickly. Oh, Paymay got off into the grass trying to find a way around those very fresh soft tires, providing him incredible amounts of grip, just nowhere to go with it because of how narrow this circuit is. Themes of the day: very narrow, tight circuit and very close quarter walls. Paymay through. Whiplash now into the pits.
Paymay crashes, Rybird crashes, Larson gets through.
Oh, what a shame.
There was a contact between Larson and Rybird.
We're going to watch this here as Paymay comes into the final chicane. Or no, Paymay was through. It was Rybird who clipped the apex wall. A little bit of contact to Larson. So we'll see. Does Larson have damage? No, he is still fine to continue. How did Paymay... Oh, Paymay did pick up damage. From what?
Yeah. He crashed as well. On the exit.
Oh, I see. I didn't see that on the camera. My apologies.
Yep.
You know what? Let's see. Will it still pick it up? I think it will. So we're going to rewatch this replay again. As Paymay comes through the final chicane, and he did just dump it on exit. Oh, what a shame. That's going to cost them well over a lap as well. So back up front, it is still Ivan holding on to third. He's got a 6-second advantage over Alex, who I believe has been slowly closing in by about half a second a lap over the past couple of laps. Super S2K also slowly closing in, as is Adaptive, who is now the first car who has made a pit stop. Top 5 all still yet to pit. Whiplash has made a pit stop. Paymay has pit, but he will need to come back in to fix that damage. Supa on basically dead tires here. Those softs did not last long. Quackadilly yet to pit, but running 10th, and Rybird with a 3-second penalty, having just come out of the pits. So that is a pit exit violation for him. Paymay back in to fix the damage, and as is Supa now to get off of those tires. And should eventually promote, could potentially promote Gramenos up a couple spots. Though he is already a lap down. Rybird evidently not running quite as well as he did last time out at Brands Hatch, but still a respectable run to have not made too many mistakes just yet. Back up front, Nico now with a nearly 5-second advantage over Ryan, who is just about 10 seconds ahead of Alex. As it looks like Ivan has just come out of the pits. just ahead of Whiplash, but has lost position to Larson.
Yeah,
You look
he used
further
now
back.
a lot of overtake to defend from Whiplash.
I thought for a moment Whiplash might have been looking for a move on Ivan, but evidently not. They will continue to circulate the track. Now the question, of course, can Ivan start pumping in lap times that will be faster than what Alex was running? Because, of course, Alex was catching at a pretty considerable rate, considering how short the lap is.
Ooh,
Ivan a bit
really
wide
yeah.
through the final corner. You saw the dirt get kicked up. That cost him quite a bit of lap time there. As I believe we're soon going to be approaching the third way mark.
Yeah, Arigada here more than 5 seconds away from Chunk. Chunk burning some overtake here because he had a terrible exit there at Levant. And he's back within 5 seconds because of that. It will be interesting to follow now. When will Alex pick and he makes a mistake and he continues, but Super S2K is getting closer now.
Larson's also closing in on both of them as well. So now I'm beginning to wonder, will they pit before Larson gets to them?
Yeah, key question. And if they don't, then it will play into Scorpio Ivan's hands because he's 6th now. He needs to catch them, and Whiplash is 7th. So we could potentially see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 way battle for P3. At least until somebody pits there from Alex Super S2K.
Certainly. That is Payme a lap down, by the way, running between Super S2K and Larson. Should be getting out of the way in a few moments. As they make their way through this final chicane. No issues this time through. Nor for Ivan and Whiplash. Graminos has just entered the chat. He has retired his car, unfortunately. So, unfortunate to see, but granted, probably pretty understandable given just how challenging this track is. I'd argue potentially one of, if not the most challenging circuits on the track, or on the calendar, excuse me. Yeah, this might be end up being a more challenging event than the Nordschleife in about a month's time.
Nordschleife?
Yeah, we will be attacking the full Nordschleife in a few weeks. I'll pull up the calendar here to walk you folks at home through it. This is, of course, round 11 at Goodwood, the final of a 3-week triple header. And then we go on our quote-unquote summer break. We will be back on August 30th for Spa. That should be a very fun event. And then a couple weeks after that, September 13th, we will watch as the best of the best take on the Green Hell, the Nordschleife in Germany. We saw them tackle the GP circuit a few months ago. Now they tackle the big one.
Super S2K making mistake in the chicane. Larson is close, but he's in a big problem.
Larson looking for a move. Super S2K still doesn't quite have the momentum. Larson on the outside. They're going to be side by side into St. Mary's again. Super S2K just holding on to it.
If Super S2K didn't know that Larson is out of overtake button, he knows now.
Absolutely. Super S2K still got just about all of it to burn.
Yeah.
Though, of course, we are still quite a ways away from the end of this race. Alex has actually continued to pull away at a great pace, though he's not exactly making inroads on the top two anymore. At least by any considerable margin anyway. It looked like it was about a tenth faster that previous lap. And then getting back to the calendar for just a moment. After the Nordschleife, the final 5 rounds, Monza, Watkins Glen, Interlagos, and then oh, actually, I'm sorry, I didn't realize Larson was going to have a run there. Look to the outside. I look up from my phone on this calendar, and I see them nearly side by side through St. Mary's again.
I'm sorry, who set the calendar?
The calendar, I believe, is posted in the Discord.
No, but who created the who
I believe it was Ivan
on the calendar? Okay,
I believe it was Ivan.
Okay.
Oh, Larson with a great run out of the final chicane here. He might have a shot at getting Super S2K here. We'll keep the camera focused on Super S2K. See if he decides to use any of the overtake to defend. Not yet, though. Larson not quite with the run he needed coming out of turn 1 to make it happen. Defending to the inside, holding that inside lane all the way through. Very easy flat corner. Are they flat out through St. Mary's? I think they're lifting for it, no? We'll see next time.
I think if you have clear air, you could potentially do it. On softs, at least.
Has retired in the pits. That's who we were seeing. Who
Jump
else
pits.
is that in the pit lane? That is Ryan. Ryan into the pits. First of our top 2 leaders.
Mistake by Super S2K, and he might be pitting
had front wing damage.
He is, yes. Chang has front.
Ryan had front wing damage. That's why he came into the pits. Oh dear. Is he waiting the 30 seconds? Ryan, you don't need to wait 30 seconds for a front wing. Oh, no. Oh, that's an absolute calamity. Someone get on the horn to him.
Yeah, it seems Ferrari pit wall is there for him.
And Nico is down into the pits as well to cover off. He doesn't have damage. Ryan's dropped down to 8th. He's still not servicing the car. What is going on? Finally gets some service. But he's still not exiting.
Okay, this was weird.
That was very weird. Out on the mediums, Ryan's just sold this race. Oh, what an absolute shame. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything the stewards can really do about that. Quackadilly actually with a great save there. He got very sideways and off into the grass there. Held on to it without wrecking, so good for him.
May as well still in the pits. I guess he...
yeah, I believe Payme will also be retiring the car at this point. So well, Nico now leads, but only by 3 seconds over... well, he leads by 3 seconds over Alex because Alex is yet to pit.
Yeah.
So Nico, I believe, had a 15-second lead, so about 12 seconds through the pit lane then for full service.
Yeah, Larson is flat through the whole first sector and half of the yeah, all the way until Levant.
We're going to ride on board with him for a lap here. Coming through this final chicane, just watch how tight this is through here. Threading the eye of the needle, not getting close to that second wall there, though. So playing it safe. Oh, did he have double front suspension? Ah, I see. Okay, we didn't see that on the broadcast. So good catching that. Thank you for that in the chat. So Ryan did have front suspension damage. Still, right. Watching Larson here. Yeah, he is. How is he flat through there?
Yeah, incredible, incredible.
This is the third week in a row now that he has shown just how much incredible pace he has. Astonishing, really. I want to.
Alex is on worn medium, so Larson should be able to catch him, but can he overtake?
With
Alex
how much of a tire
has...
advantage he has, it would not surprise me.
Yeah, but if Alex uses just tiny bit of overtake button, he will not be able to overtake.
Ivan now into the pits for his first stop.
He has damage. He has damage now. It's the chicane.
Looks like just front wing for him, though.
No, it was the suspension as well. You just see it for a fraction of a second before he parks the car. After that, you just see the wing and you don't see the suspension anymore.
That's brilliant game.
So he will wait about 30 seconds and then continue.
That's an absolute shit. Was it both front suspension or just one?
No, just left. Just left.
Okay, that's good. Or good for his sake, anyway.
Yeah, so he's fixing the car now, changing the tires, and he's off.
Exits the pits just ahead of Larson. Larson should clear him into one, and does. So Larson now up into the top three. Of course, this is net P2 once Alex does come into the pits. Whiplash now running fourth. Super SUK fifth, having made a pit stop fairly recently. Supa sixth. Ivan now out in seventh, and about a pit stop ahead of Ryan. Further back, Quackadilly running ninth, and Rybird rounds out our remaining cars on circuit. So Nico continues to lead with about a 5.5 second lead. And Larson is all over the back of Alex now. Coming through turn one, still flat out even with the dirty air. It's just absolutely crazy to me. As they are now side by side, Alex on the outside, or not Alex, Larson on the outside, excuse me. Into St. Mary. Can he hold on to it? Yes, he will get that spot. Oh, but Alex goes for a spin! How did he not pick up damage?
Yeah, this is unbelievable.
How did he not pick up damage? Didn't he clobber the wall there? I could have sworn he was hard on the wall.
How did he
Great for him that he didn't. How about Ivan? Because he certainly got close as well. No, Ivan is still fine, which is crucial for his race. My goodness, that was close. Alex will get into the pits. Okay. A little bit of lag coming in. I thought he absolutely destroyed the front corner, clobbering the pit wall, but no, he is still good. He will come out of the pits in fifth. Yes, in fifth. Should stay just ahead of Rybird here on exit.
Only 3.8 seconds behind Super S2K.
Absolutely. So he didn't really lose too much time. Of course, he lost a lot of track position, but
he lost about
to go 38 laps on a single set of mediums. I doubt he's going to go. Yeah. I doubt he's going to go that long again, because that would take him almost to the end of the race, and he still needs to run a set of softs. But he has certainly put himself in a great position here to do only two stop.
Yeah, and Super S2K is doing the same, so he pitted on lap 30. So he will be actually going another 30, I guess, on these mediums, and then pitting for softs.
Yeah, that should work out for him as well. So a 30-30 and then 18 or 19 laps on the softs,
19,
which should be doable with as light a fuel as that will be toward the end.
Arigada on the same strategy.
Oh, Arigato, speaking of, a little bit wide through the final chicane.
And Larson, only
so now
6
this is a battle we haven't seen yet. What can Larson do against Nico?
They're actually matching pace. They have matching pace, so the only thing is that Larson lost a couple of tenths in lap 37 when he was battling.
So that would have been either the battle or being held up by lap traffic. Either way, to be matching lap times, by the way, despite the fact that Nico is on much fresher tires, I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And they are on different strategies, so I'm not sure will Larson be able to hold on for such a long time to have just one more pit stop. I don't think so. He pitted very early there, lap 18, 19, something like that. So, I'm not so sure. Could be that he pits now, not now, but in about 10 laps, and then he goes 15-15 on 2 sets of softs. Could be possible, but then he needs another 2 to 3 to, I don't know, wait a second, yeah, another 3-4 seconds to be second at the end.
I believe it's only another 3 seconds, and of course that is also his teammate behind, so that won't be an issue to be let through. And it's a further 5 seconds back to Super S2K, so he has the pit stop gap back to Super S2K.
Yeah, that's just
and if anyone's going to show that they have the pace to go run down Nico from 6 seconds back with an extra pit stop, it is Larson. We saw him almost do it in Styria a couple weeks ago as Whiplash comes into the pits, so that overlap won't matter. Just past halfway through this race now.
Another set of mediums.
But he gets a penalty on exit!
Could be on entry.
Yeah, it could be the entry line as well. I forgot about that. Oh, what a shame. Running third. He's not going to lose a position, which is what's good. The top 5 are the only ones who have still survived without incident that has required immediate damage, at least not from lap 1. Larson is in. So this is a scheduled stop for them.
Another set of mediums. So my tactics would not turn out to be the right one then.
Well, we saw him only do 18 laps on mediums to start. Do we think that he would have meant to start on softs and just decided to do a soft stint on mediums early? Just to try to get out of the dirty era of Ivan?
I have no clue. I mean...
Because I would expect him to now go another 30 or so. Not even. He doesn't even need to go 30. He just needs to go like 20 laps.
Yeah, he went 18, then 25, and now we see. I mean, if he does another 20, then that's 63, and then he has what? 16 laps on softs.
Honestly, he was right on the edge of being able to do these final 2 stints on softs, but I guess he wants to push now on mediums, go a little bit longer potentially, probably pit around lap 63 or so.
63, 65.
Around about 63, 65, then pit onto softs, which he is still required to do by the end of this race.
Chang picked up damage again, so he's sitting this one out in the pits.
Highly unfortunate.
We'll see how much.
It was looking so good for him as well at the start of this race. Was he taking fuel there? I saw the fuel can engaged, but
for a fraction of a second only.
Okay, so
because I guess after the car is fixed, he was maybe able to decide does he want to refuel or not, and maybe he just
not quite quick enough on the button.
Yeah. It will not make a difference. He's 2 minutes behind anyways.
Yep. So Nico leads, but that gap is slowly starting to come down. Adaptive closing in by a couple tenths this previous lap. Actually by over half a second, excuse me. 54.9 to a 54.3, and Nico is in lap traffic here.
So, if you remember, Supa immediately went off into lap 1, I guess turn 1, and actually was commenting something in the chat. Now he's running P6. Not so bad at the end.
Absolutely, and he's catching up to Alex, who's now entered the pits. And come right back out again. So Alex now has made another stop. Running the medium tire. I don't think Alex has run the soft yet, so he still does need to run. So he will still run his final stint on softs. Super S2K still 6 seconds back to Larson ahead of him. And Larson now crosses the line 54.5 to a 55.0 on the previous lap for Nico. This could be very interesting, especially with how lap traffic falls for the leader. Although he is now through it and into clean airs.
Nico with a big mistake exiting on Levant straight, so he's 8 tenths down from his best lap.
Comes out of the final chicane, crosses the line now. What is it? A 55.5. This could be a full second here that he's lost to Larson here.
Yeah, Larson made a mistake as well.
Great exit out of the chicane for him, though. Crosses the line, and it will be a 54.6. So 9 tenths gained on that lap. Of course, now both of these drivers into the clean air.
Quackadeli Blip spun there right into Levant.
We'll see if the replay picked it up at all. And I believe it did. Yeah, just very wide out. Oh, and hard contact. How did he not get damage?
Yeah.
How did that not pick up damage? Okay. That was a very hard contact into the outside wall. I suppose it doesn't matter now at this point, as he will continue running.
Yeah, Larson is able to close up between a second and half a second a lap.
Oh, another car rounds after St. Mary's. Who is this? Oh, it's Supa's gone for a spin, and he has picked up damage.
Bad luck for him.
So we'll watch Supa as he comes through St. Mary's again. And another drive, just like, was it Quackadeli? Or, yeah.
Yeah, this is fight for position.
Same exact accident, but he did pick up damage. What the heck? Very strange. And now, of course, he's now... Well, I was going to say he was battling for position with Ivan, but he's got to come in and fix the damage.
They both pit.
Yep, Ivan's on a scheduled stop, though, by the looks of things.
He can go until the end on mediums.
That is right. We are now 30 to go here, so that could very well be Ivan's last stop.
He
Comes
goes
out
on
of the pits
softs.
ahead of
But wait, Super
had damage, but he... Oh dear.
There's a penalty coming in his way,
There's
right?
a penalty coming for Supa. You did not wait the 30 seconds on that damage, bud.
He was fast. He was fast on that. It's a bit stupid in Gran Turismo, and it's as well an automation. So usually when you do it automatically. So I guess he just pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, just a lapse of judgment, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it is still going to cost him most likely. So just highly unfortunate. That is still Ivan up to 6th. Ryan gets out of the way! Got out of the way of Ivan, but did not get out of the way of... Okay, Supa's back into the pits.
Again. Now he will wait out for 30 seconds and then continue, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, and he will. So good on him for catching the mistake. Hopefully the stewards will be lenient to him then. Let him just continue on. Rybird's still circulating. He's actually on the hard tire, so he's probably going to try to go to the end here. Quackadilly on the medium, having just come out of the pits.
So what would spice things up is Nico crashing.
I mean, it would spice it up, but what is actively spicing it up, Larson's shot that lead down to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
In the last, 7 laps, he's taken 5 seconds out of him?
True.
Larson is catching at a rate of knots, and I don't think the win is quite sealed for Nico just yet.
They both need to pit one more time, but Larson can push a lot more because of his tires, because they both still need to use the softs. So Nico needs to make it at least until lap 60.
Nico needs to go another...
laps.
I mean, realistically, they both need to go about 10 more laps here.
Yeah.
Which Nico should be able to do. Of course, the question is, how close can Larson get before then?
If he can get within 10 seconds, it could put a little bit of pressure on Nico. And he has full overtake.
That is true. Nico has overtake. Larson doesn't. Oh, yellow flag is out. Someone... No, no one has spun. No idea what the yellow flag was for. So, 14-second lead in 9 laps. That's 5.5 seconds if Larson continues to close in at a half a second each lap. Which actually, on the previous lap, he took a full second out. 9/10 this time. So yeah, he could. We're looking at a range anywhere between, about.
10 laps is 5 seconds, so at least.
Who was that off? Scrolling through, trying to find who that was. No idea. I apologize, folks. Didn't see it. So yeah, this could be as close as 4 seconds. This could be as distant as about 10 seconds when the pit stops get made. Either way, Nico needs to find a bit of lap time. Yeah, 55.3 that time. Larson coming through. It's Quackadilly that's having trouble. Larson comes through 55.0. So, okay, only 3/10 that time, so Nico has evidently found the pace he was missing. I wonder if he had a bit of a mistake on the previous lap. No, he's been consistently running 55s. Strange. Gap still closing. It is once again Larson on the charge. just like it was out in Syria. 13 seconds the gap with, what is that, 25 to go? So even after the pit stop gets made, he needs just about half a second each lap. 54.6 that time, a much better lap for him to a 55.4. So yeah, yet another second taken out that time. I think Larson just made a couple mistakes on the previous lap, which is why he only gained 0.3. And he is now needing to lift a little bit.
Ivan with damage in the pits again.
No.
Left suspension. Another 30 seconds. Supa will now be all over him.
Well,
again.
Potentially. He's got Ivan had about a 50-second lead, so it'll be close.
Oh, yeah, 50 seconds. Yeah.
It'll be close if it was only one corner. So top 5 are now the only drivers who have either had their damage on lap 1 or haven't had damage at all.
Larson taking on average 0.8 from Nico.
Ivan out of the pits, and he is behind Supa. So evidently that damage did cost him, but fresh tires that he can absolutely take to the end now. Supa... Yeah, Supa's on softs. He's not going to the end from here. So Ivan should get that position back as long as he doesn't wreck again. And a top 6, I think, is still going to end up being his best finish on the season. Nico has had to deal with the lap car of Rybird that time through, so the gap is now 11 seconds between him and Larson. Larson, though, not quite as fast on the last 2 tours around, 54.8 to 54.9, compared to Larson's pretty consistent mid-55s. Gramenos, having still retired, still holds the fastest lap of the race. That lap, of course, set on softs, and I would imagine also with quite a bit of overtake used. 10.5 seconds as Nico comes around through the final chicane to start lap 59. 21 laps to go. All Adaptive needs is half a second a lap on both this set of tires and the next.
Yeah, that will be enough to get behind Nico, but I don't see how can he overtake Nico without overtake button. Just unfortunately for him, right?
Yeah. It will be very interesting because, of course, you know, we've seen, you know, you typically hear like how you need to be a second or so faster per lap to actually make an overtake happen. Of course, if as long as he averages that half second, but that half second comes at a part of the track where that leads into the overtaking opportunity, that might be all he needs to get it done.
It can be as well that Nico spends his overtake now or sooner. Like, there's a pattern with him and the overtake button. He's not using it at all. Yeah. And throughout the races, he would always use it at the very last few laps. What I've noticed so far is that the setup of Larson is so good and he's so confident on the throttle that he's able to exit the final chicane a lot faster than anyone else. And this is where he actually gets, like, exiting slow corners is where he gets the most amount of time. So if he's close enough, he might be in the slipstream and so close that he does make an overtake into Levant. Or as soon as you see now, okay, Chang is probably letting him through, but yeah, that speed is really impressive that he has. 55.0 this lap for Larson. Not his best lap.
55. Oh, wow. And it's still a very
Still 8/10.
impressive
Yeah.
lap, though.
Yeah.
Not quite the mid 54s that he was running, but that's still a great lap. Especially when Nico is now almost into the 56s. Those tires, obviously he only needs to go 2 or 3 more. And with how light the fuel load is, he could theoretically pit for softs now. But he would really need to hold on to those and hope that Larson can't catch him. So Nico crosses the line, 55.5. Larson will cross the line now, head to 55.1. So 4/10 that lap. And now Adaptive, of course, starting to get into the lap traffic as well. That is Ryan and Ryberg.
Super S2K pits.
Yep, Super S2K is into the pits. This should, in theory, be his final stop of the race. I would imagine he's going on to the softs here, and is. So Super S2K out for what should be his final stop, holding on to the 4th place position, still just under 4 seconds ahead of Alex for that spot, and should still finish ahead of Whiplash once he makes his final stop. Yeah, Whiplash is not going into the to the end. Adaptive is in. Adaptive going for the undercut here to go to the end. Good pit stop onto the softs. Oh, but he's picked up the penalty!
Yeah.
So 25 seconds to find. It's not really going to matter. That penalty's just completely cost any advantage he's going to get by undercutting here. Oh, what a costly mistake. If he gets within 3 seconds of Nico by the end of this race, that penalty will be what cost him. Nico is into the pits to cover him off.
Yeah.
And that is a move he absolutely had to make. Ryan is into the pits now as well. Lap 53. This is kind of where we said you need to come into the pits for your final stop. Does Nico get it? No, Nico is out and clean, so he does not have a penalty. Larson has got to set absolute blistering lap times here now to the end. He was under 10 seconds coming in. It is now back up to just under 12. And of course, he's now in the dirty air of Supa behind, or directly in front. And with that 3-second penalty, I think he came out of the pits ahead of Supa, but is now behind because of it.
Yeah.
So lap traffic's going to hurt him as well. Oh, this is an absolute nightmare. He had set himself up again so well to chase down the leader, and it's just a highly unfortunate mistake. Supa does let him go, but 12 seconds to find in, I believe that's just over 15 to go now, or it is 15 to go. So he's got to find a second to lap now because of that 3-second penalty. Whiplash into the pits for his final stop.
Whiplash will be exiting the pits just behind Alex.
4th place, or 5th place, excuse me, still a great spot. A great run for him, and what I believe is his first start of the season. So good showing
Alex
from
needs
him.
to pit, I guess. On the new sets of softs.
Oh, that's right. Alex still need to pit, so Whiplash will get that 4th place back. Looking back up front, Nico's actually begun to pull away now. And he's pulling away because he's been burning the overtake to try to set fastest lap, and has 53.3 fastest lap now. Alex, oh, did he start on the soft? That's right. Alex was the driver who started on the soft. He might be going to the end here.
Yeah.
Now the question is, can he hold on to the tires long enough and defend from whiplash? He's not got a lot of overtake to do it, though. Although whiplash doesn't have any himself to use, so it'll be pure pace between them to see who gets the advantage here. Obviously, no hardware to bring home for 4th place, but you never know. Something could happen in the top 3. Nico now 14-second lead and continuing to build thanks to that overtake advantage. And, you know, I said this race might not be over. I think it probably is now, unless there is an issue later on for Nico. All he's got to do is keep it on the gray stuff and not hit those walls. I say immediately as he runs it all 4 tires off into the grass on exit. Pushing hard, but maybe a little too hard. Yeah, that running wide cost him half a second to Larson there. Oh, Nico! It was huge slide! Oh my goodness! We were just talking about that. Was near, you know what? Probably best if I don't say anything. I do not want the commentators curse him. That was such a scary slide. Was so well held. We've seen numerous mistakes out of Nico earlier this season at various different races. Nürburgring springs to mind. The first race in Austria, just ones to forget for him. Or frankly, both races in Austria were ones to forget for him. He is absolutely making a comeback drive here today.
Whiplash is all over Alex. Alex is...
Nico with another purple sector, but we will look back to this battle for 4th. Whiplash not able to make a move into Woodcut just yet. Alex got to be careful here. A little bit wide. Oh, but Whiplash is wider. Whiplash will lose a little bit of ground out of the corner, but now they will be flat out through turn 1. I thought Alex was very wide.
Whiplash does not have any overtake left.
It is pure mano-a-mano now for the position. No extra over horsepower boosts to help them. Alex defending fairly well for now. He's got to hold on to it, though. Just over half a second, yeah. What an insane lap. Of course, he's burned the overtake to get there. But, my goodness, what a lap.
53.9 from Larson without the overtake. That's equally impressive, if not more.
Yeah. Still about half a second down from what he set in qualifying, but of course that was on practically no fuel. Whiplash now with a little bit of a run. Does he have anywhere to fight Alex? He got up behind under the gearbox, but no. Gonna have to sit in line through St. Mary's. Not gonna be able to make a move happen here. Just a little too much dirty air for them to... No, Ivan, no! We have lost Ivan.
That must have been a disconnect because it's just 14 laps to go.
Yeah.
So.
What an absolute shame. Oh, Alex is wide. He was nearly off into the grass there. Did get into the grass this time. Whiplash looking for anywhere around. Alex defending to the inside. They're going to be side by side through 1. Alex holds on to it. Whiplash, I think, thought about the crossover. Just did not have the space to do it.
Yeah, he needs a lift there. He wasn't sure what is Alex going to do.
Yeah. I want to look away and just keep an eye on Nico just to see how he's doing, but I don't want to take my eyes off this battle as well.
Yeah, this one is great battle. They don't have overtake anymore, so...
Side by side, here they go again. Alex defending the inside. Wheels in the grass. He holds on to it for now. Oh, did Whiplash go wide? He did!
Yeah,
held on to it, no damage. That was very risky.
I was just about to comment
they are costing themselves 2 seconds per lap now with this battling.
I was just about to say that if Whiplash wants to overtake, he needs to hold it through the outside. But he didn't have balls to do it in the past couple of laps, sorry for the wording I used, but this is exactly what's happening. So he's playing it safe here, but then he got caught up in the dirty air and just went wide.
He's got to find someplace else. He's so good coming through Levant here, this corner, and gets a huge run down this straightaway, but then through Woodcut and the final chicane, he just can't go anywhere. Alex defending the inside expert. Oy! Big step of oversteer. Whiplash had to slam on the brakes to not get into the back of him. Have they been catching Super S2K, or is my mind playing tricks on me? It is. Super S2K is running away from them right now.
Yeah.
Still nearly side by side. Whiplash with yet another run. Ivan has been able to rejoin the session, but I doubt he's going to be able to finish the race. Whiplash just unable to make a move. There's just no good overtaking opportunity without Alex making a mistake. Rybird into the pits, unfortunately unable to make those hard tires last to the end. Might be pretty close between him and Chung. Whiplash looks to the outside again, but Alex just all over the racetrack defending. Now they're both coming up to the... Oh, Whiplash wide. Did he get into the wall? I think he did.
No, he didn't. He's alive.
We're going to ride on board with him on the replay here. Just looking for any opening that Alex might have left him. Gets a tire into the grass, comes through this final chicane, and all four off into the grass, trying to save it. Very lucky to not hit the wall, and does eventually rejoin safely. But now 9 seconds back behind Alex, and I think that's going to do it for him, with only 5 laps to go. And he's actually just went a lap down to Nico, who still holds a 13.5-second lead over Larson, who is now starting to close the gap back down. So Nico finally starting to run low on overtake, unable to realistically make too much more gains. But unless something happens, I think this will be our finishing order for today's event. It was a Herculean effort from Larson to try to make it happen. So unfortunately, I think pit strategy got the best of him.
It's still not over between Whiplash and Alex. 5.8 seconds, 4 laps to go.
Holy, what the heck? Did Alex make a mistake? Or his tires just that bad?
He's just slow. It's 58 seconds.
Does he have enough fuel? His fuel is a lot lower. His fuel is a lot lower than Whiplash's here. His fuel's a lot lower than any of the top 5.
So he's losing about 3 seconds a lap.
I think he's in full fuel save. He was burning fuel to try to hold on to that spot.
Yeah.
He's losing like 2 seconds a lap now to Whiplash. Of course, he's going to have to let Nico go here first.
Yeah. The thing is, they have 1 lap less, so he will need to let Nico go.
And he
But
does.
Then, yeah, Nico is on lap 77, so just 2 more laps to go.
No, well, 2 to go when they get to the line.
Yeah.
1.6 back now in Whiplash. The rate he's gaining, there's no way he can't make the overtake happen now. Alex has to save the entire way through now. Cannot afford a mistake. Under a second.
Nico
Whiplash is closing at a rate of knots.
Yeah, Nico in his penultimate lap.
Can Whiplash make the move anywhere? Under half a second now. Alex dropping a tire in the grass on entry. Gotta be careful. Looks like he actually got a pretty decent run out of the corner, though. Does he have the fuel to make it? It's barely even a pixel left on the screen. Oh, Whiplash looked to the inside, couldn't quite get there. Contact potentially made. No, they will hold on to it.
Last lap for them.
Yep, they will cross the line. This is the white flag. We're going to try to stay on board with this for as long as possible, whereas Nico is just up the road from them. Nico is the first car directly ahead of them, so we will be able to keep an eye on Nico when he crosses the line. But we will keep our eyes peeled back here on this battle for fourth. Alex with a little bit of a slide, trying to hold on. There's maybe one opportunity left for Whiplash. He's got to get the run here. But for our leader, Nico, it is redemption day. 3 back-to-back races to forget about. But he will cross the line to win it here in Goodwood. What an absolutely incredible race for him. And Alex does manage to hold on to 4th place. Just. Larson will cross the line to hold on to 2nd. And Super S2K will eventually come home in 3rd as the last car on the lead lap.
Oh, Quackadeli Blip crashing it on purpose in the chicane. I guess he's just furious. Like he just went straight into the wall.
Well, I mean, he's last on circuit, so.
Yeah, he can afford it. Yeah.
Not like he was going to lose any more spots anyway. Supa will bring it home 6th. Rybird in 7th, repeating his result from last time out. We talked about it was all about survival. Qualified 2nd to last, so to bring it home 7th, a great result for him. Ryan, this will be one to forget about. First result outside. Oh, goodness. I got to find the results again. But this is by
Almost
far
4
his
minutes
worst finish
behind.
of this. Yeah, this is by far Ryan's worst finish of the season. And this will certainly be his drive. Or no, sorry, this is not his worst finish of the season. That came at round 7, which was Le Mans. So my apologies, but this will be another one to drop around for him. And then, of course, as you saw, Quackadelli punting it into the final chicane wall will round out our finishers on the grid. Payme will retire in 10th. And then, of course, we lost Ivan and Gramenos. And that will do it for us here today with the on-track action. Nico Arigata, your winner here once again. I gotta find the results. That is his 3rd win of the season, finally. He went back-to-back at rounds 2 and 3. Had a bit of a low point in the past 6 or so races. But man, what a way to come back coming into the summer break. He'll be happy to carry with that momentum. Larson, another top 2 finish for him on the season, and then Super S2K maintaining that podium streak. Don't go anywhere just yet, folks. We'll have post-race interviews coming in just a few moments.
Enjoy, guys. I'll be logging off.
All right. Thank you, Felix, once again for joining me in the
Thank
booth.
you.
Always a pleasure. All right, folks, we'll just give it a few moments for our podium finishers to join us here in the booth, and then we will get post-race interviews underway.
Interview. Sup, boys?
Oh, goodness.
Hi, mate. It was chaotic.
Very.
Chaotic would be the understatement of the day. That's for certain. Just give me a few minutes or a few moments. If you guys just want to keep chatting, just so that way I can make sure that we can hear you all on stream. We should be good, though.
Adaptive, you were flying on those mediums, bro. I don't know how.
Adaptive and Nico, if you can just say something for the stream so that way we can make sure we can hear you.
Yeah. Hello.
How are you doing?
Okay.
All right.
Adaptive, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, that was Adaptive. I apologize.
Can you hear me all right?
Yep, we can hear you. Nico, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yep, we can hear you. Nico, are you there? All right, perfect. I'm already forgetting the finishing order. Oh boy. All right. Welcome back, folks. Post-race interviews here for round 11 of the Scorpio Superformula Series. We will start off, of course, third place, Super S2K. Great result for you. A bit of a comeback drive after what looked to be quite a hectic opening lap. Still managed to bring it home third, capitalizing when others eventually had their own errors on circuit. There's still a good points haul day. He's still a comfortable lead in the championship. Any thoughts or takeaways from today's event?
Just remove lap 1 off Goodwood, man. I mean, it was just chaotic all around. I mean, Adaptive had a spin of his own. I hit the barrier at the end of the lap, which kind of put me really far back in the beginning of the race, which unfortunately I had to do another comeback. But, I mean, regardless, the race was pretty good. I was making some mistakes here and there, but not anything too costly, which was pretty decent. And, yeah, I mean, just if lap 1 didn't happen, I think it would have been a much better race driven, so, yeah.
All right. Well, still a podium race result. Unfortunately, this will be your first counted finish with drop rounds considered. That is not first or second place, but still a great point stay for you. Congrats on the result, and, well, congrats on surviving, I suppose.
Thank you.
Moving on to our second place finisher, Larson, another great result for you. You continue your top 2 streak in the starts that you've made. Perhaps it certainly looked like you might have had the pace to be able to catch Nico toward the end, but then it looked like just pit entry or exit violation penalty is what ended up costing you a lot of lap time.
I was still a lot behind to catch him. He was really fast on soft, and congrats to him. He drove very well, but I had the first lap. I had good start, but then Alex hit me. I gave him room and sent me to the grass. So, and then I had to battle a lot.
We did see the contact, which actually reset your car, put you back down into 10th, so it was a bit of a recovery drive for you as well. Still able to bring it home second. One thing we did notice as well, of course, with all the battling, you actually I believe you were the first car to use up all of your overtake, and before the halfway point of the race. Is there realistically any way that you might have been able to hold on to a bit more overtake for later in the running, or is it just something that you had to burn through just to get track position back and then deal with the consequences later?
Yeah, I want to overtake, especially Ivan. He was like blocking and weaving. I was about to take him 3 times and then he blocked me. I used overtake to overtake him and then he blocked last second. Yeah, yeah, and I was upset about the first lap as well.
Well, and a bit unfortunate for the first lap, but still a great recovery and a great result as well. So, congrats on surviving for
Thank you.
the event and bringing it home P2 once again. And then, of course, we move on. Our race winner, Nico, a fantastic result. Didn't seem to put a foot wrong all race. Qualified, I believe it was the third or fourth row, but was able to get through the lap 1 carnage unscathed and didn't really look back ever since. Had a little bit of a battle with Ryan in the opening laps, but a very impressive overtake around the outside coming into St. Mary's. Any thoughts? Any sort of takeaways from today's event?
Hello, Blade. Nice to have you back. Nice to be back here on the booth. Yeah, it was a pretty good race overall. No mistakes or little mistakes that didn't cost me a lot of time. So yeah, pretty good in those terms. Yeah, the fight with Ryan was. I didn't know what to do at first. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pass him and then just set my own pace without him, like without him in my back. So that was pretty nice. After I passed him, and yeah, after that I just knew I had great pace. I knew that on lap 1 there was a lot of incidents on the back, and that if I just stayed there with a great pace, no mistakes, and with a great strategy, I was going to be able to finish on the podium or even first, and that's what happened. So yeah.
All right. Well, this is your first win since round 3, all the way back in April at the Daytona Road Course. It was a string of podiums for you, or a string of second place or sixth place finishes up until we got to the rounds at Austria, where you suffered a DNF, and then of course last week you were unable to make it.
Yeah.
But still a solid first round back and quite a bit of momentum into our summer break. Do you think that's going to have any sort of momentum when we come back in about a month's time for Spa?
I think the break that I took last week from Brands Hatch and the time that I had to spend with my family and everything was actually a good thing for me. I needed that break to, catch up the energy and get back the energy, sorry, and then to be back on the podium fighting for the places and everything else. I just needed a little bit of a break, and yeah, that turned out great. So yeah, if there's a month break after this, I think it will be quite beneficial to me if that works.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Looking to come back even stronger after the summer break. Nico Arigata, your race winner here at Goodwood. Of course, we're off for most of the month of August. We will be back at the very end of the month on August 30th for 43 laps at the Circuit Spa de Francorchamps. Should be a very exciting battle. And then, of course, a couple weeks after that, the big one, the Nürburgring Nordschleife, should be an absolutely fantastic run into the final 5 races of the season. I'm certainly looking forward to it, and I hope you folks at home are as well. I've been Scorpio Blade. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you in about a month's time. So keep those YouTube notifications on, subscribe to the Scorpio eSports channel, and you'll be notified when we go live next. Thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.